Well, hi and welcome to another live streaming, chatting, gaming video. And in today's video, I want to talk about the latest Nintendo Direct. This was yesterday, 27th of March, and it was quite possibly the last Nintendo Direct that's going to focus on the Switch. So Nintendo clearly said that there was going to be no mention of the Switch 2. That is scheduled for the 2nd of April, which is next Wednesday, I think it is. So this one was purely for the Switch. I'm not going to call it the Switch one because I really hate that term. So the Switch, the OLED Switch, Switch Lite, whichever model you've got of a Nintendo Switch, this was aimed at you. And well, I didn't actually watch it myself, but I read through the notes, and it really did seem a little disappointing. But I think people were kind of expecting it. I don't think anybody was. Well, it would have been nice, I suppose, for Nintendo to uh, bring in some possibly big name games just to finish off the Switch, give it like a swan song, I suppose, for the Switch. But they didn't. It was about a list of about 30 game releases for mainly for 2025, possibly into 2026. And it was really sort of some minimal games, some remakes, some remasters, things like Gradius Origins, Dragon Quest 1 and 2 remake, and Everybody's Golf Hotshot. So there was about 30, but a lot of them were nothing in there that really sort of jumped out and was like, whoa, yay, that's great for the Switch. Yeah, it was a bit flat. But like I say, that is exactly what I was expecting. I didn't really think that Nintendo were going to do much for the Switch. They've pretty much already turned their attention to the Switch 2. And like I say, we've got another Nintendo Direct on the 2nd of April. So this one was a little bit unexpected, but I think they wanted to get that out of the way before the next one on the 2nd of April, because that is going to focus mainly on the Switch 2. So I think they didn't want to sort of merge the two and blur the lines a little bit. Um, like I said, I think they really want to put the Switch to bed. So they gave a Nintendo Direct for the current Switch, outlined what they were going to do with it for the next year or so. Nothing major, just some games, remakes, mini games, that kind of thing. I mean, there was a few big-ish titles in there, but nothing really that sort of was like, wow, that is great. I think they have pretty much finished with the Switch. Anything that is going to come out, especially from Nintendo, is more than likely going to come out on the Switch too. And I think you'll see some crossovers. There will be possibly some Switch 2 games that will run on the Switch, or some Switch games that will get a Switch 2 in enhancement. There has been some sort of rumors and etc. and news that there are some Switch games that are going to get Switch 2 enhancements, a bit like the PS4 and the PS5. You can play PS4 games on a PS5, but you get an upgrade or a slightly better experience. I think we'll see a lot of that because there are some big heavy titles on the Switch that would benefit from that little extra horsepower that's going to be in the Switch 2. I think it would make some of the Zelda games and some of the Mario games possibly um, run a little better. Whether that will just be a free upgrade, or in normal Nintendo style, they'll re-release it with some extra features and charge you a fortune for Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, so that they run on the Switch 2. Because some of these games really do sort of flag a little bit on the Switch, and the hardware in the Switch isn't. I'm not gonna say it isn't up to it, but you can see that it does struggle at times. So the Switch 2, much needed. But this video is about the final Switch Direct, Nintendo Direct for the current Switch. And like I say, it happened yesterday. Very lackluster. Really not much to about it. I mean, it was about 37 minutes long. Just here's a few games. If you're still insistent on carrying on with the Switch, then these are the games that have come out sort of 2025. They may surprise us. They may bring out some big hitting titles and release them on the Switch, but I really can't see that. I think Nintendo are going to focus on the Switch 2. We'll see on the 2nd of April exactly, well, we may just find out a little bit more information, or it may be a full-blown reveal for the Switch 2. We've already had a little leak and a little taster from Nintendo. But yeah, in regards to yesterday's Nintendo Direct, it was really a bit naff and a bit, well, this is just what we're going to leave you with kind of thing. So about 30 games that they've announced, most of them remakes, remasters. Yeah, that's just my take on it, and it seems to be that's what everyone else's take is on it. Nintendo have pretty much washed their hands of the Switch, I think, in line for the Switch 2. That's it. Link, like, subscribe, enjoy.